Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his Friday expert, Friday guest, and someone who's helped me out personally, Mr. Stephen Dow. How you doing, sir?
Fantastic. And yourself, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. So if you've been following my channel, which I know you have, if you haven't followed it online, I've been calling a housing slowdown for quite a while. Last week with Matt, the mortgage guy, I'm like, boom, that's it. It's happening right now. We got pending home sales today down 4.1%, all kinds of stuff. It is happening right now. For this conversation, I actually want to broach a controversial subject. But before I do, please do that marketing thing, which I almost forgot.
I am just going to say. Anyway, although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. So let's get to that controversial topic.
There you go. So obviously, I'm the one rental at a time guy. I'm helping thousands of people in my course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. Now 5 million views on YouTube. I just got the notification this morning. So thank you, everybody who watches. But I want to tell you right now, I think all investors should be ecstatic or excited if 30-year rates, for example, got to 8%.
Right.
Now, when I say something like that, your first reaction and most people's reaction is Michael's damn lost his mind. But let me tell you what I think about that and why I think you need to have a different mindset. You ready?
Right. Sure.
So again, if we're doing the math and we're doing the work, like I talk about and How to Get Started One Rental at a Time, we all know that the largest column, our biggest expense is a mortgage. And if we have 8% money, that's a big ass payment. But here's the deal. If you're doing what I talk about and how to get started one rental at a time, you don't care if the interest rate is 6, 8, 10, 12, 15.
Right.
Because you're only going to buy great deals. You're going to understand the average in your market. You're going to know what's good and you're going to know what's great. And the cost of capital should not matter.
Correct.
And here's the beauty. Let's say you do a deal with 30-year money in the next 6 months. Then we go into a recession sometime in the future, maybe 2028. Who knows?
Right.
Let's pretend the Fed had a soft landing. What is going to happen to the Fed funds rate? What is going to happen to mortgage rates in the next nasty recession? They won't be 8%. Have we not learned anything from the Fed? The Fed will slash. They will slash fast and they will slash aggressively. And then, oh, by the way, you've had 4, 5, 8 years of inflation on rents. You still have that 8% money. And then you go back to the bank or you call up Stephen Dow from Velocity Mortgage and go, you know what? I think I'd like some of that 5% money because the Fed will lower rates. So the deal is don't focus on the mortgage rate. Only do great deals given the mortgage rate. And then as I talk about in one rental at a time, recycle capital, sometime in the future, you're going to go take your 8% in this example to 5%.
Right.
And your cash flow is going to explode. That great deal will be an amazing deal. What do you think about that little twist of logic?
Well, I mean, in almost every interest rate environment, investors are finding deals. It's just historically the case. It's just the ones that do the work are the ones that are finding the deals. So also preparing themselves, as far as their reserves, cash, things of that nature. So as far as 8%, the side effects from that also is prices start to come down. So like you said, you're going to find a lot more great deals versus just a few good ones in a much lower interest rate market because it's just so competitive and, it's just a different kind of environment. But agreed, I think people just have been somewhat spoiled, I guess, within the last even say decade. Because I remember when I first started with Velocity, we were in the 8s, 9s, 10s, and this was back in 2013. So and we were doing very, very well even back then when rates were that high. So it was just a different environment because values are different, things of that nature. But I agree. I think it's just the mindset now is that investors shouldn't get too gun shy. Granted, the rates have shot up, but like you said, if they're doing the work and they're finding great deals and motivated sellers, then it's still worthwhile to kind of look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, the cost of capital or the interest rate means very little to me. Obviously, lower is better, but also lower is better means I pay more. One of my three amigos, Dion from Dion Talk yesterday shared that he just wrote an offer on a fourplex.
Right.
I want people to pay attention. What Dion did is what all of you should do. First and foremost, he knows his market. He has his buy box. He talks about it all the time. He's been looking for a fourplex, looking. Fourplex
Right.
comes on the market, listed 1.3 in his buy box.
Mm-hmm.
He does the work. He adjusts his spreadsheet, right? My yield calculation for my course. He now assumes in his example, and he talked about it yesterday, his interest is going to be 4.8%.
Okay.
He wants a 10% yield. 10% is his great deal. He does all the math and goes, I only can offer 1.1.
Right.
He doesn't write the offer day one because, hey, it's a hot market. He doesn't write the offer day two, but then he realizes that there's no offers in yet. So he has his agent write it up at 1.1.
Right.
That's what everybody should do. Write great offers. The real estate market is slowing down. Pending home sales dropping. In owner rocks, I talk about it all the time. Why do I follow the consumer? Because they are my renters and my competitors. Right now, mom and dad, like I talked about last week, the world changed. Cost of capital is changing, causing buyers to back away.
Right.
This is the time to write great offers. All of you should be taking the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time right now. It's going to take you 60 days, maybe 90 days to do the work, and then only write great offers. And in a slowing market, you can write offers below asking. Hint, hint. Like, so again, I welcome 8%. Shoot, I welcome 10% because I've been doing this 20 years. I know the cost of capital changes all the time. I'm only going to write positive cash flow. Or man, if the 30-year was 10% today, I would be so excited because owner occupants wouldn't buy. I would be able to find the motivated sellers. In 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 years, interest rates would go from 10 back to 5. And I would just refi and, enjoy more cash flow. It's kind of an easy game if you let your mindset shift. It's just cost of capital. It's the same everywhere. Everybody has it. Don't fight it. Don't whine.
Right.
Just do the math.
Just
lower your
do
offers.
the work.
Do the work.
And be prepared. And so it's just making the right moves. In preparation for certain opportunities that come your way. But in this case, I think the mindset so that you don't get too skittish when something comes across your desk and you're looking at the wrong angle, and it's just like, oh wait, the interest rate's so high. No, but you're gonna make like 10, cap. What are you talking about? So and it's under market as far as the price goes. They had to lower the price to kind of make it affordable. So I think it's gonna happen. I think people just have to slowly kind of come to that mindset. But investors, again, I think just depending on who you are, like you said, most investors are like, oh yes, this is a great time for us because this is when we're really going to be able to shine and find those great deals.
This
and
is
motivated
time
sellers.
to hunt. This is the time to hunt. Again, anytime my biggest competitor, which again, I do residential, owner occupants are 67, 68% of the market. Anytime they get scared and back away, it is time to eat. And again, back to Dion's example. Now you can write offers below list. Just tell your agent the cost of capital is up. Cost of capital is not 3.2% anymore. It's 5.2. And I'm sorry, the building is not worth that. And this is what happens. And this is what I keep telling you is going to happen. You write the offer at 1.1. The owner has two choices, really three choices. One, they say, no, we want 1.4 or we're not selling. That is their prerogative. They will take it off the market in 60 or 90. No big deal. Two, they will counter at somewhere between that. And again, if you know your numbers, you will know the max you could offer. In Dion's case, he's really close. The most he could offer is 1.11.
Right.
That's all he's got. He's got another 10K.
Right.
And if he doesn't do the deal, he doesn't care. He'll look for another one. The market is changing. Or three, they will probably not take it today, but they will accept your offer. And as Dion said yesterday, his calculations are at 4.8%. If interest rates jump to 5.2, he can't offer 1.1 anymore. Folks, do the work. Cost of capital. Let it go up. Tell the sellers you can't pay. You're in this business to do, in Dion's case, make 10% yield. It is time to hunt. It is time to eat. If you want to know what's going on in the non-QM space, you need to reach out to Stephen Dow. How do you want them to do that?
Just email me at sdow@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, just leave the acronym ORAAT, which stands for one rental at a time. Maybe in the body of the email, simple description of what you're looking for, mid-FICO score if you can, maybe the location of the property, and then the best number to reach at, and within 24, 48 hours, I'll be in response.
There you go. And again, ORA1 rental at ORAAT only. Oh, I had to do it in my head. I got all confused.
Well, that's why people make the mistakes of just putting the 1A.
Yeah,
So,
there's
and
two
then we get
A's.
second quarantine. Yes. And then I got to call them back 2 weeks later. Sorry, I didn't get
Yeah.
your email because I got stuck. So
Yeah,
other than that,
investors, I want you to understand. It is time to do the work first. If you haven't done the work, stop being lazy, do the work. But if you have done the work, what lots of you have in my course, it is time to hunt. It is time to write great offers. It is time to write offers below. The cost of capital doesn't matter. If it's 8, is it 10? I don't care. I'm only going to write offers that produce a great yield. I am so excited for all of you. I'm excited for Dion. I'm excited for his example. Even if he doesn't get that deal, he'll get one and he's going to earn 10 points. It's going to be amazing. So, Stephen, thank you for all you do, buddy.
My pleasure. Thank you.